That's what they do. They snagged a whole crew of Negroes right here in D.C. A whole crew. The Sunnis changed them to Shias, which is no problem. But you don't see. When the Iranians moved out to Gaithersburg, they moved out there with them. They turned their school that they had in D.C. over to them out there at IAC. And after a while, they were gone. So when I came here, I already saw what the style is. And everybody's responsible for themselves. But you don't see nobody running out of here telling us what to do. Because we made clear, we're not having none of that here. It won't make no difference. We'll eat grass or something. We're not going to do that. You're not going to come in and rub a nigga's back and sweet talk him and all of a sudden he's doing what you... They don't realize, see, when you come to a certain level of the game, you can see them people, when they walk in the door, you can see them. There was never been a time. That guy out there, I came here to give a lecture out at IAC in 1984. I was still in Oakland. I looked at him across the parking lot. And when he came up to me and opened his mouth, I knew who he was then. Right then. It's 1984. I wasn't wrong. I've told people about it. I said, no, I moved out there right down the street from Mark America. I was staying in this joint for a while. But that's it. That's it. Okay. Here's one of the points I'm trying to make. Ethics demand that you're above race, color, or organization when it comes to Islam. Like, if it's an issue of Islam and Islam, you have to follow Islam. If it's an issue of brotherhood, nobody can tell you to do anything that might be shady to another brother. You can't put your clique. Okay, now, I don't know anybody that do that except maybe us here. I mean, Equine don't do it, nobody do it, darling. They don't do that. They click and stuff first. That's why we're living in a miraculous time. If you look at the progress, the Islamic Republic is 41 years old. And it ain't hardly nobody alive that thought it would last 3 years. It was a shock after a shock. This 41st birthday is a bigger shock because the transitions and the challenges have been getting bigger. They haven't been getting smaller. And if you want to grow big, get in the middle of the mix and get yourself in a good fight. You're either going to get knocked out or you're going to learn how to tussle. That's why Iran is a miracle right now. Everybody's saying that you listen on radio, everybody knows that. Now, they didn't know it was good for them then. We don't want all this trouble, some of the people. We want to be in the economy. I'm telling you, the people sitting right in front of my face 3, 4, 5 years ago, and they told me in words, the economy, and we got to do this, we got to do that. I said, that's when they was talking about resistance economy. Resistance economy means, look, Iran has its own missiles. They just shot something out of space. All it needed was a little more boost and it would have got in orbit. Don't worry, next week, next 3 or 4, sooner or later, they're going to be up there orbiting. And they'll have their own international or universal communication network. They spend less money than most of those places in the Middle East on weaponry. But they got their own individual weapons. Can you imagine how well they're doing? They don't know they're doing well. Well, they got a hit. Nobody never did that. Maulana Maududi wrote in his Islam and Revolution and all that, the 9 phases of things that he thought that would be, one of the things was, would they be able to stand up to the international onslaught of kufr? And they have. They have all the time, every day, for 41 years. It's a miracle. Okay. Here in the U.S., we would like for them to help us out of memory. Some of the brothers and sisters, not the institutions. The institutions, they had their last chance, well, many last chances, this is your last chance. We go over to that all the time. But I talked to a couple of people a few weeks ago. And I told them, well, get boss man, not that boss man, but our people. Call here and tell them I'd like to talk to them about that. Didn't do it. And was telling me why I don't think it's a good idea. I said, it's okay. He was telling me how hateful they were. I said, well, one thing about it, whenever there's food to be served, you're there serving it to them, so whatever. It's all right with me. I'm blind, I can't see nothing. I don't care whether it's Texas or anywhere. Wherever it's at, there you are. And I'm sure they're bad people, but maybe you haven't discovered, whatever it is. With that crew, it was almost 10 years ago. I told them that I'm taking over the responsibility, the security of the Islamic Republic in America. That's what I told them. And nobody said nothing, but maybe they didn't like it. All of that don't make any difference. We'll get back to the main points. Number one, we have to act in accord with Islam. Not race, not color, or not clique. I told the brothers, met them in San Francisco or one other place a few years ago, said, now is a serious issue of ethics. If people are going to put their trust and faith in you and their family, and all that, and you're going to have to be good. You're going to have to pay attention to people. That's what I was telling them. So that's what my lecture was on ethics and morals. And you can't put your clique first. You can't have people wondering, well, what they're going to do. In other words, they have to evolve. They have to be like Soleimani. They have to be like the Rahbar. They have to be like a few other people that have really evolved internally. They can't be like some of our sweet-talking buttercups brothers, because they haven't got the sweetness out of themselves yet. They're like Negroes. The boss man beat the Negro, oh, boss man, I'm still a good nigga, and they beat him. That's the way some of our acquaintances are. I call them acquaintances now. They used to be friends. They used to be, and they still might classify themselves as friends. But a friend don't leave a nigga out here wandering around, and the oppressor is messing with him every day, all day. and he can help a little. That's not the rules of it. We're going to do what we have to do, but that's not, the Hadith is clear. Every Muslim is a Muslim's brother. He should neither harm him nor leave him alone when others treat him unjustly. If boss man is treating us unjustly here, they're under oppression too. But if they got a stack of this, they can send a little bit, right, to keep the heat off, or call somebody. You know, they got everybody all over. If everybody pulls back, there's something wrong with that chain of command. It is not coming from the top. If you remember some literature that we went over from time to time, say, we want to get you over here as soon as possible, deal with the Rahbar person, because, I ain't going to mention the year and all that, but because those guys, and you see who those guys are, right? I mean, can you really tell who they are? Yeah, because they're getting in here. They're getting in here. And they have done what they do. And they haven't learned, I just said, well, I don't believe it. That they haven't learned their lesson. They say they trying to pretend like they're, no siree. They, let's say, probably haven't learned their lesson. The reason I know, because we know ain't nobody got our back. They ain't got our back. Allah got our back. Allah got our back. Not them. They should be out front with it. This is our homeboy. They don't let boss man know directly, but in a roundabout way they know. If this nigga been with us all the time, we got his back. Because he had ours. No, he had nothing. He got our back. And he ain't never said nothing that we can decipher as incorrect or wrong. Not only it ain't, that's not a bad record. When you haven't said nothing incorrect to them about this situation, that's kind of miraculous, because it don't happen that much, you know. Okay, so whether it's about them or the Negroes, everybody count, but not too much. They don't count too much. If they did, we would be disgusted, burnout. You know what I mean? It would have an effect on you. That's why everything you do has to be fi sabilillah. You can't do anything because I want this to happen. I want that to happen. Well, I want, it's what Allah wants. And this tafweed, you would think we got into tafweed a few years ago. We've been into it for decades. When we talk about it, that means we've already tried it for so long that it's automatic. Do we know what we're talking about? Tafweed, turning over your, not depending on your plans. And if you read any of our stuff, strategic management under conditions of operation, setback ain't nothing but a setup for a comeback, blah, 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 blah. All of that. That is true. That's true. But it's put in a proper perspective. We're not doing anything because we'll receive something back. Everything comes from Allah. That's what tafweed is. You turn over your whole show to Allah. And people can see you might have skill in planning and organizing. Well, you have to have some skill to organize Negroes here, to do this there. You have to have some skill, right? And you also have the skill to let them go through their program where they doing what they do, and you let them think that they on the road. Then after a while, you say, no, ain't gonna be none of that. pack up and leave. Is that bad? Absolutely not. It's actually wonderful, because everybody can get a chance to express who they are. You don't have to figure out, like if we sit here and we're thinking, da-da-da-da-da, you don't have to worry. Allah has been and will continue, I'm sure, to take care of all of our needs. Not our wants, but all our needs. Just like Allah got stuff that's good for us, you know, the Quran, fighting is prescribed for you. You may not like it, but it's good for you. And you may like something that's bad for you, but it ain't, it's good for you, and something, you know, vice versa. Okay, so we don't leave ourselves out of those equations, you know what I mean? No matter how correct or good our intentions are, we don't leave ourselves out of the equation. We do remember certain statements of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that if you're grateful, I will give you more. Right? So that's part of what we're talking about tonight. We're thankful for all that. Look, it don't make no difference. The little stuff that we deal with, a leaky roof. They could knock a hole in that roof 50 times. We'll just fix it. All right, let it. Suppose the house fall down. It ain't nothing. So the house fall down. When Allah wants us, we'll build up a whole new house there. Maybe. Whatever. One thing we have to do is stay straight and try to be something that, you know, they're talking about America the Great. I'd like to see America the Good. Wouldn't that be something? America the Good. And that's where we're headed. See, because the people in the world are not like what they're trying to show us that everybody is. You know, they surround you, and that people surrounding you be bombarding you with what boss man tell them. But they're not the real people. There's a whole group of people out there that would love to hear the truth, right? There's a group of people that would respond to the truth. When the right time, we're going to just take everything and take our DVDs, CDs, and just put them all over town. And when super high tech is good for us, it'll come. When low tech against their high tech is good, Allah will keep us in it. It don't make no difference how people add up. Slow. That's what delay is, you know. You don't know what Allah could just sit us over in the corner and have us go run a little bit, drink a little coffee, and come back, and that's it. And you're in the same place with boss man steady creeping down. Pretty soon you're sitting right in the corner and you're even Stephen with boss man. He didn't degenerate that much. That's what tafweed is. Those ayats on the shirts. My plan is subtle, and people don't even be aware how it's happening to them. Boy, it slip up on them. And isn't life that way? It slip up on folks so cunningly, so I don't know how-ish, and they be shocked. So, the thing that we'll move toward, wrapping it up, we'll try to have some meetings, as many as we can have, so maybe one Thursday, maybe one Saturday. But before I go to California, we got to get a few things done. So it's raining all the time, but we can do a little work inside. So tomorrow, the next day, we'll do a little work over there. And, you know, the then when we get a nice clear day or two, by then we'll figure out whether we want to do a whole roof. Now, a whole roof costs money, everybody, so you got the numbers right there and the thing. Now, the other thing is, I forgot to mention, after March 9th, or maybe a little before then, the bank gonna take us off of the account we have over at Chase's, Masjid al-Islam. We've been taking off at least 5 or 6 accounts. You know, it's okay. We may get back on another one, but so you gotta bundle up your money and try to bring it by cash or something, because after a few days, and the bank may tell you they're gonna close your account out on a certain day, and you go to the bank 3 days ahead of time, and they're going to close that boy out, and they'll give you your money in Masjid al-Islam, and you can't cash it. That's what I had I had checks out there in California. I say, you can't, they said, we can't do that. They won't do it. They can do what they want. Well, the council's in Masjid al-Islam, so we may work on other accounts, but if we don't, we may need y'all to donate in cash money. Yeah, cash money. Because, number one, we're not gonna beg no bank. You know what I'm saying? We're just not gonna beg no bank. Or if we get $100 million out there, they'll have to open up an account for Masjid al-Islam. Because remember, they closed our accounts. We had 6 accounts with at least Masjid al-Islam, all of them. They confiscated some, they let some of them slide, and then let us get back into them, and then they closed them out. We went to another bank out there in California. We went to 2 banks. The first one, they was acting so funny, I said, I'm gone. I'm not going to sit in here and beg nobody to take our money. You know, then the Bank of America suggested